Some civil society organizations are calling on international creditors to cancel a large portion of Ghana's debts. Government of Ghana in December formally started processes to restructure its foreign debts under the G20 Common Framework platform. Ghana becomes the fourth country after Chad, Ethiopia, and Zambia to do so under a framework. On Wednesday, Ghana missed a $41 million interest payment due on the $1 billion Eurobond, but the aid groups believe private lenders must share in the cost of a crisis they helped to create. Bernard Anaba is member of the Tax Justice Coalition calling for this cancellation. He joins us live for more. Mr. Anaba, first, what has necessitated this call for cancellation of debts for Ghana? Kindly unmute for me, Mr. Anaba.
Right.
Go ahead, Mr. Anaba.
Thank you very much, and good afternoon to your viewers. Yes, so the government has made a decision to restructure the estate, and also our debt service due on the 18th was suspended, and we thought that that was the right decision, and we think that the government should be supported actually by the G20, both politically and financially, to be able to hold on its default until the private creditors are able to come on board. And significantly, we are looking at cancelling most of Ghana's debt in a level of sustainability where we'll be able to turn to the market. Otherwise, we
are having a bit of a challenge with Bernard Anaba's connection. We'll try and get him back online to tell us more about the feasibility of this whole arrangement. They're asking external debt. Mr. Anaba, are you back?
Yes, I have been on.
Sure, go ahead.
Yeah, so what we are asking for is simply for the government to ask for debt cancellation, because it is only debt cancellation that can reduce our debt levels to the indicators at which the government is looking for, at about 55% ratio and about 18% of government revenue, debt service to government revenue. And which means that that is what the government should be negotiating for. Anything other than that may not quickly return the country to a sustainable level. We have heard the finance minister talking about that they are looking at debt reprofiling, and that may not be enough to return us to sustainable level, and especially when we are going to go for more loans from the IMF, which means that we are going to pile on our loans and we'll only be kicking the can down the line, and within 2 or 3 years, we are going to return back to the same problem that we are facing, unless we seek for a significant cancellation of our debt so that we'll be able to return to sustainable levels.
External debtors would do this. I mean, is this feasible, what you are asking government to do?
It's very feasible because it did happen in 2000 when we had a HIPIC initiative. There was a negotiation looking at the debt levels, and the only way forward is to cancel most of the debt to allow mostly of the African countries to return to sustainable levels. And we also, on the other hand, if you look at the risk levels in terms of the risks that we pay for our debt, we pay between 7.5%, an average of 7.5% for our debt, because we are considered at a high risk of default. And so most creditors made a huge profit at our bank. So they are also obligated to also restructure our debt in terms of cancellation of our debt. If you have assumed that, of course, we are at a high risk and we can default, that is why you are taking a huge profit in terms of interest rate, then it has happened. So they need to come around the table. And otherwise, that's why we are saying that the government should sustain the default, suspend the debt service repayment, and that will force them back to negotiation to look at the way forward.
Even after announcing that you're a middle-income country, you still think that your debts will be cancelled?
Yes, it doesn't matter. That is the market. We are in a market, and it is a business that we are into. If you expect to get, I mean, it's a kind of relationship that we are into. We are in a very difficult situation, and we expect to get back to the market to transact business. And the only way we can get back to the market is for our business partners to consider our situation. Otherwise, we will not be there for them to make business with us. So it is a fair call for them to consider our debt levels. And what we are saying is that just profiling our debt is just kicking the can down the line, and we are going to return back to the same crisis. The only way is to consider cancelling significant portions of the debt so that quickly we can retain the levels that the finance minister has said, about 55% of GDP in terms of debt levels, and about 18% of debt service in terms of government revenue. And this is the minimum that even the IMF has set. And so we expect the IMF to push for the debt restructuring to be significantly done in a way that it is not just a wishy-washy kind of a program, but something that significantly allows Ghana to return to levels that will help the country to move forward.
Bernard Anaba, I'm grateful for your time. He's a member of the Tax Justice Coalition that is calling on government to ask for debt cancellation from its external debtors.